Welcome into the Sports Tree Studio, folks. I'm Connor Roundtree, and we're back with this week's edition of Talk Bird to Me, presented to you by Everyday Freight. Help your business coordinate commercial shipments from one skid up to full loads all across North America. Everyday Freight for your shipping needs. Now, today, we're here to break down the Valero Texas Open, give you our picks, preview the tournament, and talk about some of our best bets that are brought to you by the Bogey Club. But do you know what was also brought to you by the Bogey Club? Our bracket challenge for the Dell Match Play. And that's right, we're going to announce our winners right now. Somebody's going to walk out of here with $500, and two other people are going to walk out of here with some awesome swag. Now, the Bogey Club was good enough to sponsor this bracket challenge. It is presented to you by them. This $500 is courtesy of the Bogey Club. So for those of you who filled out your brackets, all you had to do was head over to sportstree.ca, fill it out, make sure you go and check out the Bogey Club, sign up, play around whenever you can, and get in to win. Now, let's preface this a little bit. The top three all had 30 or more points. The next closest person at fourth had 22. Without further ado, coming in third place with 30 points was Jake Kearley. This guy wins, he's always top three. And every single bracket challenge we do, this guy's always top three. He has more Sports Tree swag than Donatella Versace has Versace stuff, if you know what I'm saying. This guy's swagging out on Sports Tree. Second place, your runner-up, Cliff Sifton with 33 points. Our winner only got him by 1 point, but Cliff Sifton wins a sweater of choice from us here at Sports Tree. You can grab one of our nice golfing sweaters, or you can grab one of our classic championship sweaters, whatever you would like. And then our winner, $500 cash money, Jack James O'Neill with 34 points. Only 4 points separating the top three. It was a nail biter. We almost had to go down the tiebreaker there, but Jack James O'Neill got the job done. 34 points on his bracket for the Dell Match Play, and he is winning $500 courtesy of our friends over at the Bogey Club. Congratulations, Jack. Now, let's jump into the Valero Texas Open. This field is brutal. It's right between the Dell Match Play and the Masters. But there are some great storylines going in. Before we get into those storylines, let's talk about the track a little bit. This course measures 7,438 yards to par 72 with Bermuda grass greens and ultra-tight fairways. With 1 week before the Masters, these guys are going to be trying to dial in their shots, and certain guys are going to be trying to make it to the Masters. What are the key stats that you need to be successful here? Well, while doing some digging, the putting is very crucial here. So the last four winners of the Valero Texas Open have ranked fourth or better in the field in putting average. The last three all ranked first. So the best putter in the field has won the last three editions of this event. So obviously the putting on Bermuda is going to be key. Now, not only is it crucial to have success with the flat stick to correlate to a possible victory here, strokes gained from tee to green and approach are just as important. Per example, the last four winners have all ranked inside the top five in strokes gained tee to green the week they won this event. The last three winners before last year all ranked inside the top four on strokes gained on approach. So this is the ultimate golf test, right? You want to gain strokes from tee to green, you want to gain strokes on approach, and you want to knock the ball in the hole. Pretty simple, but let's see who does it best. Breaking into the field now, we have to talk about the favorite, Tyrrell Hatton. He physically hurt himself last week. I was dialed into him. He was one of my best bets for the Dell Match Play, and he didn't get the job done. He hurt his hand on a bunker shot where he was right up against the lip. Look out for that. Be cognizant of that. This could be a week where Tyrrell Hatton's just trying to get his game right before the Masters. See if he can even push himself. So there is a chance that Tyrrell Hatton could even withdraw this week to stay healthy for the Masters, but I like him to test that wrist out. However, at 12-1 for a guy that I saw suffered an injury last week, I can't do it, especially when there's so much value in this field. Moving into some better odds now, it is Ricky Fowler at 18-1. Now, he was at 20-1, but he's been bet down. Why? Because he's a crowd favorite. Who doesn't love BDR, and who doesn't want to see BDR playing in the Masters? Now, Fowler, to make it to the Masters, he needs a win. He is the player that we were alluding to. He wins, he's in. He doesn't make it to Augusta National next week. Now, if we look at Ricky's game, he's playing some of the best golf that he's played for the better part of half a decade. In his last 5 starts, he has 4 top 20 finishes, and last week at the Dell Match Play, he knocked off John Rahm. He beat John Rahm head-to-head in Austin. Not too shabby. If we look at the course history here, in 4 trips, he has a pair of T17 finishes. Tied for 17 twice. 2 top 20s. So if we're going to look to play Ricky Fowler this week, which we are, with your best bet, brought to you by the Bogey Club, premier golf simulator and lounge, located in Newmarket. If it's raining outside, if it's snowing outside, if it's nighttime, still go play some of the best courses in the world. Not only do they give away $500 for a Dell Match Play, they sponsor all of our best bets. And your best bet for this week, top 20 finish, plus 115, Ricky Fowler. Two top 20s here before, and 4 top 20s in his last 5 starts. If Fowler can finish top 20 at the Farmers, the Waste Management Phoenix Open, and the Players, he can surely do it at the Valero Texas Open against this inferior field. I love that bet. Another bet that I like Ricky Fowler on, brought to you by the Bogey Club, his head-to-head matchup against Terrell Hatton. He is an underdog, plus 105. We just talked about it. Hatton may withdraw. You may just get your winnings on the first day because Hatton can't continue. If not, Ricky's playing hot. He's got something to play for at plus money. That's just a smart investment, and I will be putting a few shekels behind Ricky Fowler. Moving into some juicier odds now, we have Corey Connors. You have to talk about Corey Connors because this is the only place he's won on tour, and he ranks number 2 in strokes gained on approach and number 3 in strokes gained off the tee over the past 48 rounds. The problem is he's 113th in strokes gained with his putter. This guy just can't putt, and I can't get behind a guy that can't putt to win this. I know he won it a few years ago, but if we look at the correlations that we talked about earlier, the last 3 winners of this event have led the field in putting. They've led the whole field in putting to win this event, and that's just not the game I'm seeing from Corey Connors here. He's had success. He finished T14 in 2021. He had the win in 2019, but again, I will not be playing Corey Connors. The first guy that I really will be playing at 50 to 1 is Cam Davis. The Aussie is very inconsistent to start the year, but he said he was sick. And I quote, "I've been unwell for the first couple months of the year. I haven't really been able to practice much, and I let a few things get to me." All right, now he says he's feeling better. He goes out and puts a T6 on the board at the Players, goes 2-1 in the Dell Match Play. Didn't make it out of his group because, hey, he had to deal with Xander Schauffele. That was his only loss. He beat up Tom Hoge, and you know what? He looked good doing it, and he also looked pretty solid against Aaron Wise. So I'm ready to jump on a number at 50 to 1 for a proven PGA champion that has the driving distance, that can clean up around the green and gets hot with the putter. The boy from down under is the pick at 50 to 1 this week. Now, I got a little ahead of myself. Ben Griffin is actually at 40 to 1, and I like Ben Griffin here too. He has posted 6 top 25 finishes since the Sanderson Farms, and he's made 13 out of the 14 cuts dating back to September at the Sanderson Farms. So he's in great form. Well, a T3 at Bermuda and a T14 at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. And if we look at it statistically, Ben Griffin ranks 5th in this field in strokes gained total and 14th in strokes gained tee to green over his past 36 rounds played. Ben Griffin is in excellent form right now at 40 to 1. He is another ticket I will be punching. So Cam Davis, Ben Griffin, I really like them on my betting card. Another guy that I like is Nick Taylor. The Canadian can blast the ball. He's rounding into form right now at 50 to 1. It looks like it could be a nice shot. Getting into our sleeper picks now, folks, at 75 to 1. The first one that we have to talk about is Robbie Shelton. I like Shelton this week. He's the only player in this field that ranks top 10 in virtually every iron category, virtually every short game approach category, and top 10 in sand saves. He's got the tools to succeed here if he can turn it on. And we know he's a closer. We've seen him close out on the Corn Ferry Tour, so I'm not too worried about him getting the jitters come down the pipeline on Sunday. Our final sleeper pick that we have to talk about is Ben Martin. This guy has literally been just putting his way along, and he's looked great doing it as of late. Now, he also, if we talk about course history, he's also made 3 consecutive cuts here at TPC San Antonio. He had a T13 at Pebble Beach, a T5 at the Honda Classic, and then last week he finished T8 at the Corrales Punta Cana Championship. Now, the 2 ladders there were pretty good fields. Well, the Corrales Punta Cana Championship, not the best field, but either way, he's converting in top 20s. I like Ben Martin this week for a top 20 finish. I like him to possibly make a move heading into Sunday. Folks, make sure you head over to sportstree.ca. You can see all of my best bets, my picks to win, head-to-head matchups, make the cuts. Everything that you need is on sportstree.ca in our pick package, all brought to you by the Bogey Club. Folks, I'm Connor Roundtree. Enjoy the Valero Texas Open this week, and we'll be back next week for the Masters, and I'll talk birdie to you then.